How on earth does Ryan Mason get caretaker job? Is it you know what I mean, above Ledley King? Because you always give it to the second in command. He said, listen, hold this for a couple of weeks.
Usually,
but second in command's a black guy. The next man around the corner is a black guy. You know what I'm saying? And Chris, you know what I mean, I salute you, bro. But you know what, still, yeah? You come in to help out Ryan, and then who steps up in front? Ryan.
Sure. Affinity Xtra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast may not be aligned to those of Affinity Xtra.
Yeah, guys, it's your boy here, Roger Moore on Affinity Xtra. We're here to be extra. I'm alongside my esteemed colleagues, DJ Mello and DJ Marx. And we're just going to do After Flight because there's a lot of subjects that we've been wanting to talk about. We're going to get through today. There's some, as we come to the end of the season, we got a bit of football update going on anyway. But there's some pertinent issues that we see that we've mentioned in our podcast before, and we're going to bring it in today, and 100%. And I want to touch these subjects first, these two sensitive subjects first, guys. You know, I definitely want to touch about, just want to, you know, something about Dalian Atkinson. Yeah, I have to start up there. I have to just pay tribute to the guy because I remember coming through as a youth. He saw Dalian Atkinson, you know, at Aston Villa. Did time at Sheffield Wednesday, I believe, as well, and he was he played ball like man in the park at sometimes. You know the ones there, the power. He was just a black boy. He can't header, but had the power and pace and some skills. And I have to say that I have to salute the guy. You know what I mean? He did a great job, and just the way he died. Again, that was just a George Floyd moment, and we just didn't grasp it. They did start it out at the time because I remember it being announced. But the way that they announced it at the time was like it was some sort of accident or like but they put it all on him, like he had the mental health and this and that rare to tell, so they kind of put it that way. But even this new evidence come up in the last hour, because obviously it's in court at the moment. They were talking about how one of the officers told him to lick him while he was on the floor, you know, stuff like that. It's just like 33 seconds apparently was the stun gun, wasn't it? Yeah. Instead of 8 seconds, which is supposed to be. It's 5 seconds, bro. It's 5 seconds, and I had 5 that seconds, right? Okay. Yeah, and the taser was on him for 33 seconds, and I think that this is what we've said in our podcast before. We have said that we are not militant enough. The people of influence are not the only way to get change. You know what I mean? And I'm going to turn this on the Marxists because I watched the podcast and a guy who's coming from communism was saying that, you know, the typical critical race theory is just like Marxism and it's going to be like, you know what I mean, communism, you know, that all the talk. But the key thing they said, that when you look at change only comes when people of influence get involved. And we have black people of influence. And to let the situation with Dalian Atkinson go, you've got his peers. You got the man them younger, you got Dwight York, you got all these guys that would know him, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and not one of them. Just imagine somebody, just imagine Mello, one of the boys he played with when he was 17, 18, 19, bro, and then next thing you know, him dead, the way him dead. Ain't you gonna look into it, bro?
Because we're only getting these details now about it being kicked in the head twice, him being struck while he was on the floor, you know what I mean, with the baton, you know what I mean, all them kind of foolishness now. If that come out at the time, right, war and powders, you know what I mean? But nothing came up.
But I still think if this happened after George Floyd, it would be fire in the whole of the UK, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I don't think we were mentally activated at that time when it happened. I think we saw it and said typical police. You know what I'm saying? But the policeman kicked the wrong black brother. If that was a normal black brother, we wouldn't hear barely enough about it. We wouldn't hear these details. And just one of them ones where I almost giggled to myself. You can imagine the police officer going, oh my gosh, why did I just kick a ex-professional footballer when this gets out, the truth gets out? It's taken a long time to get out. But he had to show him and his missus, you know what I'm saying, went go out there, heard about some black guy kicking off in some place who's having a mental breakdown.
Oh, so they were off duty.
I murdered him.
So they was off duty.
No, they went off duty.
No,
they was on duty, bro. They was on duty, and the difference is in America, they would have recorded it and put it on their social media. You see me, if I recorded that, bro, that's going on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm saying, bro, yo, bro, you know what I mean? And just straight out there, and it would get that would go across the world. But the thing is, the neighbors described, but I bet you any money somebody recorded that, guys. I bet you, and the police shut that down.
I reckon someone recorded it, definitely, and I think
they must have recorded it because they've got his actual words that he said. 10,000 volts is nothing to me, and brushed his chest, and he also said to the former football shouted that when faced with the officers, "I'm the Messiah. You will remember this day."
Yeah, the thing is, I would like to know where that information came from in terms of what he said, because if it came from the police officers themselves, said, "Oh, this is what he said to us," I would be kind of dubious to kind of like pay attention, because obviously they're going to say anything.
They're going to make it like he was a madman.
I mean, the other thing, to take in consideration, again, obviously they knew they were attending a disturbance. I'm not sure if they actually knew at the time exactly who the guy was, his status in terms of publicity. But the thing that really got me,
bro, hold on, Virgin Media. I don't know what's going on with your friend.
Well, it's like
you're freezing up, brother.
What's that?
Who's freezing up?
Oh, sorry. It's saying, okay. It's Mello's internet.
Freeze up. Yeah.
No, it's Mello. Yo, he's getting feisty with this now. Yo, Mello, it's the internet, man. It's you.
It's you.
Is it just me? Alright, okay, my bad.
Yeah, but I was saying the problem for me is, as we get more information, what it's sounding like is that a lot of the stuff that's happened is from the police officers acting out of anger, because apparently they tried to put him down twice and it didn't work, and it's the third time that they got him and he went down. But the thing is for me is that once you see the stun gun actually connects with you and you go down, right, what a lot of people may not realize is that it actually puts you in a almost like a disabled position where you can't operate your body in the same way you would usually do. So once he was down here, like,
they would put your hands down to save yourself. You
can't even do that. So once he goes down, they would have been able to subdue him like so easily without the use of baton, kicking, anything. They could have literally just rolled him over, put the thing on him. So for me, for them to go to that next level, it's just a step too far for me. And on top of that, taking into consideration that he's gone down, and while he's down, he's really, unable to do anything now because he's stunned. Yeah, and that's when the male police officer decided to tell his partner to start hitting him with the baton.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why do you need to do that? The guy's already down. He's not moving anywhere. And the thing is as well, when you see you've been stunned in that position, even your mouth becomes kind of weird in terms of
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gone down and still been like swearing at them and cussing and kicking up about. He would have been gone down and boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there would be no reason for them to keep hitting him and all that kind
of
stuff.
Because there's a witness here that said that she saw him go down like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
So that's like saying
put you down hard.
Literally stunned, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the male officer approached Mr. Atkinson, just looked at him, then he just started kicking him. She said it was quite hard and 5 or 6 kicks. Shilton said each time the kicks hit Mr. Atkinson, the body moved with each kick. They were shaking his legs.
Wow. This is what I'm saying to you. It's bold idol murder. Yeah? Guys murder. They got murdered. Yeah? And then we had to show
the
this
kicks with his upper body as well. It was his upper body that was kicking him.
Bro, it's like, but I can imagine, because I think they tasered him first and it didn't work. You know, the ones he can start. I can imagine police have going, right, I need to take this brother down. But at the end of the day, still, it's out of order. And to be honest, this is, and this is the thing is, we black guys here, guys, do we actually think this is the first time it's ever happened? Yeah? Guys, this is why, anyone listening in and thinking, well, why are we going on crazy about this? End of the day still, no matter if you think you're, as a baller, you're away from our garbage, you know what I mean? Life will catch you up, Yeah. And the reality show is you can't hide from your skin color. So unfortunately, Dalian Atkinson, You know what I'm saying? He had the high life. You know what I'm saying? He did all what he had to do. They came second behind Man United. Villa did. I just want to bring that in. And end of the day,
I was just standing in them days.
You know what I'm saying? You know it goes. But the thing is, the reality show is that basically that this is why racism counts, and this is from my life experience. I grew up outside the ghetto. I'll be honest. I grew up in a suburban area. I got some, don't know why and whatever. But the reality show is that I can't hide away from my blackness and the struggles of the black struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's why we cannot ignore it, and that's my issue within Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Is that we kind of get a better lifestyle and forget where we come from. Yeah, forget the economical, the education, the issues that we have, and the biased education that we have. So for me, guys, if you're a footballer, this is why you need to kick out racism right now. This is why you have to make a stand, because at the end of the day, still, you're still a black man when you leave that career and you listen. Yeah. In America, them American footballers, I know you guys watch American sports more than me, are some of the richest beings on the face of this earth. Them man are loaded. But you notice, 3 out of 4 of them are bankrupt by the time they end their career, and they lose all the money. So this is not uncommon for sportsmen to have no money at the end of their career, and you're back to being like us. I mean, when you had the money, you had the power to make a difference. And my encouragement now is for footballers. You could be a Dalian Atkinson, because everybody meets their crisis. Footballers were meeting crisis right now. You know what I mean? So that's but the thing is, it got straight murder, bro. And this thing is dashed on the news like it's some side news.
And that's the thing for me as well. I think it's twofold. Like, some people, like you were saying, Roger, might look at it now and say, why are we making us such a very tear over this thing? But the fact is, this has been going on for years. The only difference now is that it's happening in a climate where racism happens to be like the topic of the season. So anything that goes down here, right, the news are going to just jump on it, whether they're fully really supporting it or it's just a news headline for them. They're going to jump on it. And the second point I want to make as well, which is very key, which is that I think part of the reason why we haven't seen black people in this country react in the way they might have done in the George Floyd thing, because from my experience and from speaking to others, this thing hasn't been major news like some of the other issues that has gone on. There's still people that literally, if you told them that this happened, they have no idea that it's happened. So I think it's one of those things that it's kind of like it's there, but it's kind of at the same time being kind of like sliding under the carpet and just getting past people without
Did you get any caps?
I don't think he got any caps. I don't think.
Nah. I think there was hints that he could have got some, but he didn't really have a long, high up career. He did all right, because remember he went to Turkey. I'm sure he did.
At the time, I suppose there's a lot of strikes at the time. You had to share Sheringham's and
bro. Them days, bro, you had to be special, bro, man. That's when John Barnes were getting booed, man. Let's be real, man.
Even though John Barnes travelled with him, at the time he only got 5 minutes anyway, so
it's not going there, bro. That's a podcast in itself. How can you be the highest paid footballer but treated like a anyway? But no, 100%, guys, and I have to reiterate this. Hopefully, I have mentioned that I'm just getting interaction from the police officer, and we're going to be booking in with the police officer, and we're going to look at and talk about this is why black people distrust the system. You know what I'm saying? When you see Dalian Atkinson, and to our generation, I don't know about you guys, because you guys were in Birmingham, but I'm in Birmingham. Dalian Atkinson had a decent rep. I don't know if you guys saw him before.
Now from Manchester, had a good reputation, definitely, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. But he was one of the ones that Atkinson brought through as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Atkinson brought through. Yeah. It was a batch of the black boys that he brought through, weren't they?
That's a joke.
Black boys that he brought through.
I know, and I have to tailor this into the next note, you know what I mean, in terms of management, because joke is, One Atkinson, and I have to keep on saying this, I have to salute the geezer, because he brought through more black players than anybody in that period, but yet gets done over for calling man being racist. And the joke is, if he's racist, what on earth are the others?
We've got no hope, We've got no hope, man. No one's getting through now, man.
I mean, it's one of those things that they say, you could do a whole load of good work here, but just one bad thing can undermine everything that you've done. Like you said, that guy was doing bits from 80s and before that, trying to like bring black players in.
He was like a pipe.
I mean, he was giving these guys opportunity when no other manager was willing to do so. So I'm saying when some teams were still trying to get all white teams. So he was doing a job there, and when that came out about him and the whole racism thing, as much as it was bad to hear the words come out of his mouth, I didn't take it like heavily like everybody else did, because I knew
I didn't take it heavily at all. I didn't take it heavily at all. I just thought, he's around the brothers, they have that banter. But obviously, there was no brothers in the studio at the time. So I think that's what made it worse. Because it made it look like when nobody's around, you're talking about these black all the time.
You know what it is? It's probably closer to one of those things where he over the years, he's got so close with them, they've allowed him to use certain language around them as a friend thing, that now he's forgotten himself in this situation and just used what he would have used.
Yeah, but it's also an indictment on the guys that was in the studio, because they were obviously comfortable with that kind of language. So to me, that's also reflective of what the norm is around the studio. Talk about us as black monkeys, and you know what I mean, a lot of this business. When there's no other blacks in the studio, we're gonna call you these all type of names. And only thing that was different was that he got caught. He got recorded. He had his microphone on. You know what I mean? That's only difference.
That's the
because to show that he must have been comfortable. That can't have been the first time he's done that.
No.
And those are guys he would have been around plenty already and had conversations with. So
that's it. And even if we brought X amount of black people through, the fact is those black people weren't around to validate him. So for him to wait to no black people to be around, it made it come across like that's what I'm really like. That's how I really feel about these.
That's scary,
Negroes that I'm working with. It's horrible. That's why it's scary.
Because the thing is, we can go to, and this is the thing is, we unfortunately know, and I always have to reference this church, and this is the challenge that white ministers do have when they're around the black people. Everything's all good, but if you check this out, I'm not saying this is every guy. Their social circles is pure white. As somebody says this every day, they're not going, yo, Mello, you want to go link up and go get some jerk. I'm not saying.
To be honest, my pastor does. My pastor's down with.
That's what I'm saying.
But again, he's coming from the roads again, so it's slightly different. You know what I mean? But most pastors, like you say, they're not going to necessarily have.
They don't socialize with us.
Black compatriots.
Yeah. We come to the church, pay the tithes, we play the keyboards, and we sing the harmonies, and that's it, bro. We don't lead the worship, but anyway. That's Roger. That's a whole different subject and a whole different podcast. But no,
shout out to my Victory Outreach family, because all our pastors are multicultural.
But that's the target, bro. Africa. That is a target now. Is we need multicultural churches. We need to start showing the lack of systemic. We talk about systemic racism. Having divided churches is systemic racism. So we need to break that down and come together and mix 100%. Together and understand and educate and move forward. You know what I mean? Gone are the days that we thinking that white people can't speak in tongues or they can't worship, and you know what I mean? You know the ones in it. The ignorances that we have.
We know what? We'll have to get my pastor on here. We'll have to get him on.
Who does he support?
He goes in. Nah, he'll be on it.
He'll be on it. What team does he support?
It's West Ham, man. He was originally from London. No, Man's
gonna bring on. I'll make sure Anthony's in for that one.
His testimony, bro. He was in it. He was one of them yops. He was one of them, organized crime, everything, drugs, everything. You name it, he was in it. You know what I mean? Big fan as well. So he used to roll with the hooligan them and everything. So for him to switch his life around, you know what I mean? God is amazing, man. His testimony is absolutely, crazy. Crazy.
That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant, man. I would love to hear that, man. You have to question him as a West Ham fan. You know what I mean? He says, "Oi, so was it you that threw the banana on the pitch when my guy was on the pitch?" But no, that's great, and it shows the transformation of Christ. So that's absolutely fantastic, dude, man. You know what I'm saying? 100%, man. And like, guys, so we touched a bit about management, and obviously Dalian Atkinson and Ron Atkinson was really instrumental in bringing this guy through, and And we just have to say, we hopefully justice will be made. Hopefully they don't drag it out. But listen, if the guy gets away with it, guys, this is when we need to talk about it. We need to kick off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever weapon you have, We need to shoot it off and not go,
for real.
We can't say nothing because it's come through. You know what I'm saying? The guy got murdered just on the little information they give out, and we both know that they will give out what they're allowed to give out. If that's what they were allowed to tell us, what on earth happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know. I 100% believe they controlled the video footage. Because the way youths work these days, they're recording things, they're recording arguments, they're recording this, they're recording that. But, you know, the reality show is they put out what they want to put out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, end of the day, so yeah, it's a mad footballer. And the story is a mad footballer gets killed by police and is done for accidental death. Yeah? And he gets 2 years. Anyhow, that madness comes out. Bro, that's just a system right there, bro. The system's right there anyway. So yeah, but anyway, salute. Just pray for, you know, Dalian Atkinson's family, and I pray that the justice will
justice be served. Man.
Yeah, man. And guys, you know, it just proves that, you know, people have got all the money in the world, but you know what? Where you end up, you know what I mean? We would love to be Dalian Atkinson, man. You know what I mean? You look at Dalian Atkinson thinking, I want to be that baller, but look at his life right now. You know what I mean? And sad, man. Sad. 100%. All right, guys, we're going to move on to another subject which everyone kicked off about. Now, guys, a couple of weeks ago, we had a scenario called Moorinho, by a weird reason, got sacked. And he got sacked, and then you have Ledley King as coach at Tottenham. Yeah. You've got Chris Powell chilling out down there, just doing something. Bob, who is a seasoned coach, a seasoned guy. You know what I'm saying, in there. And you got Ryan Mason, Ryan Mason.
Breaking news, but I shared that with you.
In a minute, man. Oh boy, Miller's got some. Oh boy, what news has happened now? Man United shut down. But anyway, you got Ryan Mason, who is a 28-year-old talk sport pundit that chats soft on Talk Sport. Yeah, soft talk. He's not talking all revolutionary. You know, when you listen to Glenn Hoddle talk, you're thinking he knows about football. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to certain people, you can talk, you know, they talk about football. So how on earth does Ryan Mason get caretaker job? Is it you know what I mean, above Ledley King? Because you always give it to the second in command. He said, listen, hold this for a couple of weeks.
Usually,
but second in command's a black guy. The next man around the corner is a black guy. You know what I'm saying? And Chris, you know what I mean, I salute you, bro. But you know what, still, you come in to help out Ryan, and then who steps up in front? Ryan. Mate, he said, listen, mate, I'm not even going to step up on the pulpit until, you know, forget it. You by yourself, mate, from the beginning. Yeah. But Ryan's just like, because I remember on the day, Marcus said it's Ryan and Chris. But within 2 hours, it became Ryan by himself. Yeah? And then we had to, it's just disrespect. Absolute disrespect. You know what I mean? And people say, it's not harder for black footballers to get the job. As far as I'm concerned, it was a temporary job. Why on earth Ledley King couldn't get the job? Could someone explain that to me?
There is no explanation. There's absolutely no explanation. And I'll tell you what it is. I mean, for me, there's so many factors that I look at. I mean, again, we know London is a London club. Yeah. And where it's located alone, that area is so like multicultural. I mean, I used to live like literally like 5 minutes from there. Yeah. And like it used to be, it's so multicultural. They got Caribbean shops across the road from White Hart Lane. You know what I'm saying? That I go to literally across the road. So like, you know, there's that part where I'm thinking you're in a multicultural area. You want to kind of show diversity in your club as well, and start seeing that. And on top of that, like you said, for Ledley King not to get it, I'm thinking that there must be somebody else above Ledley, somewhere further up, which has some kind of favour or connection with Ryan as to why he got that. Similar to the whole Harry Redknapp and Lampard thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that when there's that some kind of friend or family connection or something, that's the only thing I can think of as to why they didn't, because they even throw that Ledley King name as a consideration. Do you know what I'm saying? Something's going on there. And for someone with the status of Ledley King in Tottenham, because let's not get it twisted here, he's well respected in Tottenham. Yeah. So there's definitely something that's been said or happened as to why he didn't get the position.
No, I 100% agree with you, bro. I think that it's sorry. It just shows the indictment of the system.
What kind of pictures that send to up and coming black coaches, up and coming, you know what I mean? That want to man, isn't it? And he's the book. Still, they can't afford to get on that ladder as it is. But if they're getting on that ladder, what aspirations are they gonna have?
Established, bro. I would say up and coming, bro. We got established coaches, bro. Established, seasons,
and they're up and down the league, right at the top of the Premiership, but they're not giving head coach positions or management positions.
No. I
don't understand why. But yet they command a lot more respect than some of these managers.
Bro. Like I said, we there again, looking after the kids. Yeah, we doing what we did in the West Indies. Yeah. Look after the Masters Pitney, and then when it comes to the big things, then I make the big money, and then and that's the harshness of it, you know what I mean? And if anyone proves me wrong, says, "Oh, look at his CV, Ryan Mason's CV, what's his CV? He can't, bro, won under 12s cup, you know what I mean? As a player, you know what I'm saying? Bro,
he came out the game early through injury.
So that's what I'm saying.
Where's your experience? I don't understand where his experience is. They can say, "Oh, well, he's worked under X amount of managers and rare tear, but I don't even think he has really, not that many."
Bro, Ledley King can walk up to Bale and say, "Yo, work." You know what I mean? And Bale will go, "Yo." Mason has to go up to Bale and go, mate, please, can you do a bit more work for me? That's the beg.
How you expecting a man to respect them boy there? Really? You're not gonna respect him. He used to play alongside you.
Bro, they're managing themselves.
This is some stats here, just regarding that. So Ryan Mason was literally playing for Tottenham for 2008 to 2016. So that's 8 years.
8 years, right? Cool. Okay. That's good time.
Ledley King was there from 1999 to 2012. So he finished his football career while Mason was still playing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
While Mason was still playing, Ledley King had already stopped football and started doing his coaching thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And Ledley's had 268 games for Tottenham, where Ryan Mason had 53. You understand?
So hold on. And hold up. Is that the only club that he played for in the Premiership as well?
He played for Hull. He played for Hull, didn't it?
No, that's the.
Yeah, but who were in the Premier League times?
No, they weren't in the Premiership at the time. No, but that is the only Premiership club because he's literally Hull and Tottenham. Other than that, you're looking at Yeovil, Doncaster, Millwall, and Lorient.
That's dead.
You know what I'm saying?
So he only got 58 games of Premiership experience, but yet he's managing the Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah,
bro. And Ledley was injured as well. If Ledley wasn't injured so often, it'll be double that. You mean because sometimes he was out for a season because of his knees. You know what I mean? And if Ledley at the end of this, we listen. Obviously, we know that good ballers don't make good managers. So, but the thing is, we're not asking him to manage Tottenham. We're saying, okay, caretaker, hold it down, bro. You're second in charge. You're right next to you're talking to the players. You know how it goes. Can you just give a bit more love and take over things? The same way at Man United, they put Ryan Giggs in. You know what I mean? And they said, hold down the fort. You know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, just carry on for a few weeks and let's sort out what we do. Beck's gigs when he didn't get the job, but he had to show his mate. He ain't got the experience to hold it down, but at least he had a few weeks experience, get a little taste of the system, and you know, get some love from the fans and go away.
That's how he got the Wales job in it. That's how he got the Wales job in it.
Boy, he ain't got no Wales job right now, mate. You know,
I mean, Ledley literally was at Tottenham from the time he finished secondary school. The same year he finished secondary school, the same year he signed with them. You know what I'm saying? And so he was with them from young. So he's been like a Tottenham guy. So yeah, I don't see why they didn't give him an opportunity. I mean, if you're gonna have someone there for so long, you know, finishing playing in like 2012, and he's been coaching and learning his trade with your club for 8 years plus, why not?
Madness.
What else does he have to do?
You know, there must be stuff behind the scenes. There's got to be stuff behind the scenes where their man are seen as not being reliable or whatever. Because I cannot imagine why. Unless they've offered it to them and they would have said, "Nah, man, me alright."
Bro, but the thing is, this man, what's exterminate the brutes, guys? Because you have to realize psychologists in the back of people's minds. We are the savages. We are uneducated. We're the lowest form of man. But the thing is, the joke is, guys, they don't say it now. They don't say it now. But what you have to do is re-engineering people's mindsets that's been taught for 400-500 years that we are the lowest form of man. That's in the system, bro. You can't just wash that out.
And we're taught that as kids, and our kids are still being taught that on a day-to-day. So being told that all we are is slaves, that's all we got to look up for. Is slaves. We're used to being slaves. So I know what we'll do. When you leave school, just make sure that you know how to serve properly.
Get
yourself a job, go and work in Tesco's, and we'll learn you how to serve. There's no one talking to you about management. No one talking about financial management. No one talking about your administration and stuff like that. No one's preparing you for the world of work. They're preparing you to go and serve. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. But just if you got any money problems, go to the bank manager, do this whole mortgage system, and to get involved, get yourself in debt after debt after debt, and then you spend the rest of your life trying to get out of debt, and then you get sick. You get sick, and then you have to sell your house, and you end up with absolute flat jack at the end of your career. And this is and guys, you know, you may think we're overdoing it with this podcast in terms of our conversation, but the only reason why Ledley King can't get a job at Tottenham is because they think he hasn't got the capability to manage the team for 4 or 5 games. You know what I'm saying? You know me. You telling me that brother can't walk out with the team behind him with big chest out?
Big old Chris Powell. Are you mad?
The only thing that I can see that they could have
his teeth, you know,
said as a reason not to have
put him there,
right? was literally when he was like arrested in 2009. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of, Bob, as to why. Other than the fact that there's someone else, Bob.
Come on, tell us the stories, Bob. Yeah, I mean,
you know what it is? You don't want nothing exposed, man. It's just like nah.
Man's like, yo, back at school.
Yo, the one on the front line, man. Loud on the front line. But you know, at the same time, they probably offered him because they've not given Ryan Mason no decent money. So with Chris Powell and them man have got weight. You get me? So they probably said, you know what? We're not going to give you any more money, but if you want to take did it, they probably turn around and says, nah, you mad.
Okay,
you know
guys. All right, guys. We moaned about this, but let's flip it. Do you think Ledley King said no?
No, I don't think he would have said no. I
think he would.
Nah. I mean, okay. I can't.
You know,
okay. I'm not as close to the news I used to be, well, right? You know? But still.
You've got to think about Tottenham fans. The Tottenham fans aren't the most open to black people. You know what I mean?
All right, okay, man. We have to. When we talk about Welbeck, we talk to you, bro. Obviously, we have to talk to DJ Marx when it comes to Ledley. He kind of, you know, as he played centre back in the army. Yeah.
No, but I mean, what I know of him from then, he was always one of those guys that was always looking like to improve himself and like, you know, get forward. And I can't see that's part of him changing in terms of just being like driven to succeed. And on top of that, don't forget he was already an ambassador at Tottenham, so he was already in a good position in terms of like representation. So I mean, what would be the point of him doing all these coaching courses if the next step wasn't to become manager of a club? And again, like we said, it was a temporary role. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like they said for him full time. If they said to him temporarily, do you want to just hold this till we get somebody in? There's no reason for him to have said no. Do you know what I'm saying?
But do you think that some of the CEOs and some of the owners worry about the backlash from having a black manager from the fans?
Wow.
If they
but there's no fans there. There's no fans in there, so you probably get back there. But the thing is, imagine that's funny because we think about players getting abused, but we don't think of managers because there's no black managers. But that's interesting.
You know, I don't think there would have been people that will always say what they're going to say because there's always people that's going to say what they want to.
I'm talking about
Ledley King, but he's actually loved by Tottenham. He really is a loved player. True. At every club, you're always going to have people that.
But you know what? Though, it's different. He's a loved player. Being loved, man. It's different. It's like if my black ass is working somewhere, and everybody loves me in the workplace, and then 2-2s. Yes, today, you know, Mr. Mello has been promoted to manager, so you guys all have to answer directly to. He's your line manager now, so you're direct. That's a different relationship. a different outlook.
That's a good point, you know. That's a good point.
The black guy in the office is always the coolest guy. He's always the guy that sorts out the office parties.
Yeah.
Always sorts out this and that. But
Works
as soon
extra.
as he's your supervisor or your manager, that's when the real racism can come out.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when you find out who your real brethren is.
Bro.
That's just pointing out. That's from experience. You get me? So that's just real life.
Yeah, they hear them talk there. But no.
Let me ask this then. So what was Ryan Mason doing while Jose was there?
Bro, he's at TalkSport, bro. I heard his mouth chatting rubbish on TalkSport, bro.
So he wasn't even like a coach or anything like that.
If he was coach, he's doing under 8s or something. You know what I'm saying, bro? He's just under 8s or something. He wasn't doing nothing too big. If I can be corrected.
He was only doing the youth.
Yeah.
While Ledley King was a first team coach.
Yeah. Ledley King's there with the board giving players instructions this season. I seen him.
Yeah.
At Old Trafford.
Yeah, you see him in the back. Chris Powell same way. Man was giving him advice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giving Jose advice and stuff like that during the games. And it's like, all of a sudden, this Ryan Mason's come up front and thinking, where's this kid come from? You know what I mean?
If
I was Ledley, I'd be looking to leave, man, personally.
Yeah, man.
Go to West Ham and join your cousin, man.
Yeah, but man's got mortgage and things, you get me?
Yeah.
So man's thinking about them things, you know?
Mortgage.
That's just it.
Listen, man, you might as well go to what's that, Southend? That's the only way Squeeze is gonna get, bro.
Wow. Southend United.
Yeah, that's the only Squeeze.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, you know what I
They've
mean?
got black team anyway. They're just pure black descent Fulham as well.
But I have to rate. I like Simon Jordan because he's a straight talker. But the reality show is that it's got to be subconscious because, as Simon Jordan says, they don't care how they win the title. If the black manager is the best manager in the world, they'll get. These guys are money men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it shows you how deep it is that they won't give black people opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Because they don't care. They want to earn money.
5 matches, you know.
You know what I'm saying? But they give Ryan Mason a chance. They give Steven Gerrard a chance. You know what I mean? They give Eddie Howe. He's still a top manager, even though he flopped that last season. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're giving all these guys a chances. Yeah, the guy at Brighton,
him being manager at Celtic.
Yeah, Celtic or
Marx.
Tottenham. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big jobs. Big job.
So for me, guys, you know, it really makes me kind of like go, boy, the system is the system, man, and it's absolutely struggling. And if people think we're just 3 black guys just moaning about the whole situation, but this is what black people. All right, people, just to point it out. But the groups that we're in, you know what I mean, we're all in football groups where we're the brothers. Them, everybody. You know what I mean? Is saying all the big man our age, maybe the youths and don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But the big man our age are going, what the heck? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, look at the superstars from our era. Look at the Sea Dogs. Look at the Davids. Look at the, you know what I mean? And them guys. Look, what's Hullet done since he got fired from Chelsea?
Bro, Rijkaard. What's Rijkaard done? Rijkaard is at Barcelona, but won Champions League.
How these man not getting opportunities? Really, Desai, people like that.
You know what? I need to. I'm going to ask the same question though, like that you was asking regarding King, as to whether these guys just said no or they're just not on it. Because I have a suspicion. You know that old West Indian mentality that used to be around, like when our parents came from the Caribbean and they said, let's come to England, make our money, then go back home.
Yeah.
I feel like they just come, make their money now, and they just
are comfortable in it.
Yeah, they just do what they want to do.
That's the Afro-Caribbean problem. Yeah, Afro-Caribbean DNA issue. Yeah, the Commonwealth, the British people, the British Empire, our slave masters did a massive good job over us. Yeah, such a job that we are absolutely are still, unfortunately, housemaids in this country in this country right now, and we don't have a mentality to think. But the powerful thing is, and again, people are gonna think I'm going crazy about this, exterminate the whatever. Yeah, but we have to show is, guys. Yeah, we talk about the civil wars. We don't talk about Haiti's civil war. Why aren't we wearing the black general? Yeah, Toussaint. Why aren't we wearing him on our t-shirts as a symbol of black victory? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, we can't wait. They're not gonna teach us that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no There's no pride in us. There's no.
Today,
but
I was in the school today.
Go on.
He was in the school today, bro. Right? I was in the school today, and they were talking about international nurses day or whatever, and they had Florence Nightingale.
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
I'm thinking back of my head. What that?
Seco was on the front line.
Where's Seco? In the back of my thinking, where's Seco? And I had to hold back, bro. I couldn't even, obviously you can't say you can't overmind, these people. Got black kids there, you know what I mean? If the black kids were asking, well, how come you also have these female days and but you don't have the men's days and stuff like that? Don't have a Father's Day, but they don't have men's days, but women have X amount of days. But nobody chucks on Mary Seco. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how could they've only got Florence Nightingale and you know what I mean? There's nothing aspirational for our black kids at all. Unless you want to be a footballer, a runner, or you want to be a rapper that gets killed after 5 years. That's the only aspiration that we got for our black kids. And that's why they all want to be music. That's all they want. They all want to be on the street. Make money on the street and play and do lyrics. That's it.
I mean, that's a good point, Boris. I mean, it's like anything. You grab onto what's available to you, and if they don't make job opportunities available to them, I mean, the schools are still teaching the same thing. It's only literally because of this whole Black Lives Matter now, schools are entertaining the whole thing of we need to bring something into the schools now. But before, going back, you're talking about them teaching you about the Battle of Hastings and this Queen of England, and all this kind of business. You know what I'm saying? But there was
with no relevance to it now.
No relevance whatsoever. And you made a comment in one of the earlier shows, Roger, where you're saying that how much were parents really teaching their children in terms of the black culture side of things. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I said before, I was very fortunate to be able to go to the Sunday school. But a lot of my black friends and stuff, they weren't, and their parents weren't teaching them anything to combat 1066, and because it becomes what if they say that's your history, then for you as a child, that's your history. They say to you, tell us about the history. I don't want to be to be hearing about 1066 and all this business.
I'm saying man. Full of Marx and all that business. Come on, man. I'm not interested in them things. But you see, that's why you got a generation of black man even that don't eat black food. They don't eat soul food at all.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
You go to a man's yard, man's baked, The man's baked a shepherd's pie. You know what I'm saying? Go to a yard and a man's baked shepherd's pie, bro. With boiled sprouts.
It's definitely a scary, but guys, it's absolutely a scary one because for me, you have
that culture out, man.
I mean, we got a lot to do, and I think that through football, guys, and it's something I realized the other day, guys. When we look at, going from management to like growing up, it's something about black guys, our generation. It's Brazil. I don't know about you guys, but it's all about Brazil. Yeah.
They were massive at the time.
You know what I'm saying? And Brazil is the largest amount of black people outside of Africa is in Brazil.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you think to yourself, why did we gravitate to Brazil? And it's only just dawned on me, is that for black heroes, we knew, we grew up and we got excited to see black people on the TV because that was the only positive image of black men that we had. Was a black footballer smashing the ball in the back of the net. Was a black man beating up somebody who's not black in a boxing ring, going, go on, Tyson, knock him out. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's the only time we saw black heroes. But the thing is, they was happy for us when I walked into school.
When in
sports, the first thing the teacher said when I came into senior school, and I was in an all-white school, said, "Oh, brilliant!" It said to my parents, "Oh, does your son like sports?" And my dad and mum walked out. I never forget. They came out the room with me, and they turned around and said, "Roger." They said to Owen. My mum said to Owen, "You see, sports again. That's all the CS has is sports. And my parents did not push me in sports. They were the opposite. You know what I mean? But the thing is, that's the stereotypes that we face. We're not astrologists. We're not this. We're not that. We're not this. We can't be managers. We only can take instruction and be footballers on the pitch. We can't be centre midfielders. We can't be a Brian Robson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Rio was probably the first so-called intelligent defender that people saw him as an intelligent defender. You just treat black defenders as get his head in there. He's got speed and he has the recovery to cover his own mistakes. But Rio, they treated him like he's got intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Which obviously he did. You know what I mean, and whatsoever. So you guys, that's it, man. So what I don't want to do is hang out too much on this thing, because we have to end up with some football talk before we end off for this. So we got 15 minutes, guys. Right. So what's happening? You know what I'm saying? So Manchester. All right. It is a sad time that we have three British clubs. Obviously, don't mind the Manchester part in the finals. I have to.
A couple of weeks, it could be literally two European major cups in money, bro. Imagine that parade. Imagine, bro.
Bro, COVID, bro. God, you guys to go really behave yourselves. but
we'll find a way, man. We'll find a way.
So obviously Marcus thought that Arsenal would win the UEFA Cup. So evidence says that Marcus is already wrong. I did say Villarreal. So I said watch his space. You know, I said watch over.
You know the thing is for me, the reason I said Arsenal, and I really did believe Arsenal would be able to take on Villarreal, right? Because I was looking at thinking, okay, they got Aubameyang, they got Lacazette, and I was looking at Villarreal, and for me, only one of the defenders I will say is a very good defender. The rest of the defense and the goalkeeper suspects. I thought, okay, if Lacazette and Aubameyang can get behind these guys here, right? They can do a job. But Aubameyang wasn't getting nothing. He literally wasn't getting anything at all.
He was unlucky though. I must admit they were unlucky. You know what I mean? Because he hit the bar 5 or 6 times. It's like
2 times, bro. 5, 6 times. 2 times, bro.
No, it was about 3 or 4 times. Easily 3 or 4 times.
Aubameyang hit the bar twice. But as people say, it's not a goal. You know what I mean? You're going to put the ball in the back of the net, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm sure if we had Anthony on this stage, I think that's probably why Anthony can't come on today, because obviously I think it'll be anti-Arteta. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He'll be like, Arteta this, Arteta that. But Arteta, the reality show is he should be out. You know what I'm saying to you guys? It's absolutely Spanish privilege. Let's call it that. Let's not call it white privilege. Spanish privilege, You can walk into a job as a side coach, but man like Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ledley King can't walk into Premiership jobs.
Bro, you know what? You know the joke thing is.
So I have to go back to the
what has Jose got over all these teams? I don't understand. How is he getting these jobs, really?
Bro, because CV, bro.
Get one job.
It's CV, bro. The reality show is, bro.
CV over the last 5 or 6 years has been dead, apart from European Cup with us.
Yeah, his CV has been dead, but this, I think, also is a matter of timing as well, because Roman looking for a new manager, and who else was better than Moorinho that's available at the time?
Nobody, nobody's out there.
You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes it's also down to timing, because like he's available, he's free. He was obviously looking to jump back into managing straight away.
Well, he's got clout. He has still got clout to bring players in.
But you gotta think about people like Seedorf. Like Seedorf should be in these management positions, bro. All these guys, because we're seeing that generation of footballers now run the teams now. You know what I mean? You can imagine that Ancelotti was in the same team, I believe, as Ruud Gullit. You know what I mean? And Ancelotti's got some serious career. You know what I mean? Look at Gullit's career.
CV does.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He got skanked at Chelsea, and it's never been the same. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just it's real disappointing. But going to the Champions League side of things, I have to salute Chelsea, even though they missed the 5,000 chances, because I didn't think they could do it. You know, and they beat Real Madrid.
I didn't think they'd do it. I didn't think any English team could have done it. So I'm not going to salute nobody, but I'm going to give you a little props still.
You know what I'm saying? And Mbappe is out. You know what I mean?
Bro, if he wasn't out, I think City would have had some problems. But I think City just did what they did. They were allowed to do what they wanted to do. And I don't think my man didn't adjust at all. So
is it the end of Neymar, Marx? What do you reckon? Neymar's dead.
You know what?
The game.
There was rumours of Neymar going back to Barca at one point, so I don't know how true that is and stuff like that.
Because Ronaldo's supposed to be going to there, isn't he? PSG. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, if Ronaldo goes there, I can see Neymar returning back to thing, and that partnership of Ronaldo and Mbappe would be quite juicy. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that for a season or two. I don't
Especially
know
with Messi leaving.
Yeah.
With Messi leaving, I think Neymar
he'd be the main guy. Literally, he would be the main guy. So I mean, it'd be nice to kind of see that, because that for me will bring us back to that thing of having them black footballers you can kind of look to and say, yeah, those are the guys that you want to be. You know, because I remember, growing up, if I'm playing in a position, I don't want a man telling me that I'm, I don't know, the Alan Shearer or whoever. But you're gonna say to me that I'm Eto or one of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're a midfielder, I don't mind being like a Rijkaard or one down, or even if he's going to be still, a man like a Socrates or whatever. Right? But I don't want to hear about all them other guys. And the same thing now. So someone like Neymar in that position, that thing, I think it would be nice for black. I mean, Mbappe is kind of doing that already. I think the young black boy is kind of looking and saying to himself, yeah, you know what? If Mbappe,
for this generation,
age, he's kind of like a good example of what I can be. I think Neymar can also be that over in Spain as another example of a young black player that guys can look to and say, yeah, he's doing bits over there, and I want to do the same kind of thing.
But did you guys, about Mello, you didn't look at that video I sent you? This new Neymar that City. As bought. Did you watch the video, Mark?
That for me, that just puts the nail in the coffin to say that they have no confidence in Jesus whatsoever now.
But bro, does anybody have any confidence in Jesus? He has got to be the most
Jesus.
Trash. He's got to, don't call him that. He's got to be the most trash striker. I don't know how he's got through another season at City. I don't understand it. Don't get it. Don't get it, bro.
It's a bit of it's a bit of a.
He's played and yet Sterling can't. I mean, fair enough. Sterling's problem is he can't hit a barn door, and he'll go through like 6 or 7 games when he can't hit a barn door. That's his problem. And then Foldinho comes in from stop ball, and he's just going on mad. He's going on with the most amount of things. So, but then you got Jesus that plays a lot of games, and you're thinking, bro, really? I don't get that. He's doing bits on the training ground, man. I don't know what's going on. Don't know.
It's where it goes. But Man City is obviously going to be making a few more changes. I'm scared. That's why Man United has to do some big moves anyway. Because, bro, what City's about to do this summer, man. If they get they all they need is 2 ballers, bro. If they get, they're looking for that striker. Whatever striker they get, bro, it's a problem.
Game over.
It's just not fair. They've won the season.
One thing about City, their scouts are on point, bro.
Their
scouts are some of the best in the world. They got the cream of the crop at their disposal at the end of the day, and whoever they want, they will get.
They're doing good business, Bob. They're doing good business. You know what I'm saying, and that's how they definitely do it, man. So guys.
Before we go, breaking news on the ESL. On the ESL, because they've just put the sanctions in place. So they put the 9 clubs that agreed to the 9 clubs have agreed to. This is not including the Spanish clubs, but the 9 clubs have agreed to pay a combined 50 million euros, which is nothing, 13.4 million pounds, as a goodwill contribution to benefit children and grassroots football across Europe. They will also have to pay 5% of UEFA competition revenues withheld for 1 season, starting in 2023 to 24, and this money will be redistributed, including in the UK. Manchester United chairman Joe Glazer will pay his club's portion of the goodwill contribution, and the competition revenue will not come out of the club funds. That's beeswax. Arsenal owners Conquer Sports said that they're committed, they're going to pay all their costs. The 9 clubs face fines of 100 million euros, which is 86.9 million each, if they seek to join an unauthorized competition in the future. I mean, that's a small change to these big clubs, man. Small change.
It was a distraction. We said the week when it came out, it's a distraction because in the meantime, the Champions League has changed. It's like a halfway house between this and that. And you know what, guys? Just get over it, people. Reality shows that man wants more money, and they'll do the best to get more money. You know what I'm saying? And something that you know what I'm saying. The reality show is like WWE. It's obviously this is not a WWE program, but one thing I have to rate WWE, they know how to make money. Yeah, think about it. Everyone says they don't watch WWE, but the reality show is that they are making mega money. So much money, and you know what they do? They've got people downloading the apps and subscribe to them directly and get the thing up. So they've monetized to the max. The Premiership don't monetize to the max. You know what I mean? They own their media. You know what I'm saying? The Premiership don't just sell off their media. You know what I mean? So the clubs are going, hold on a second, you're watching me, so I need to work out ways, and I want to keep the wealth. And these football teams are watching people
don't forget, you know, they've had nobody coming through the doors for over a year. So really, that's a lot of money down the drain.
Yeah, I know.
So you've got to fight. They had to, you know, it's realistic. It's only realistic that the man and trying to make some money. It's just realistic. Players, I think it's just the way they've gone about it.
But the players haven't had a pay cut. Now this is the thing is, I said before, I said at the end of the day who does it really go down with? Because everyone's costing off the chairmans, but they're gonna pay the players. So when the COVID leak, none of the players stood up and said, I will take a wage cut. No money back. What's that? You don't think they should?
Even if they don't take a wage cut, the thing is that most players now
over a certain amount, over a certain threshold, then
don't forget that most players, it's not just about their standard wage. Because, like, let's say for example, players get 70,000 a week, right? Even before that, because you'll get a certain amount of money for being an unused substitute. You'll get a certain amount for scoring goals, a certain amount for assists. You'll get a certain amount for like appearances in things. So, like 20 appearances, they give you 500,000. So there's other little bits they can forego taking on, rather than cutting into their main thing. Just say, you know what, I'll do the 20 appearances, but when I get it, just keep the money for the club. And I'll just keep playing, just keep making sure that my main wage is dead. So there's plenty of other stuff they could have cut, but they just
guys, it's just this whole thing's money, man. Like I said, when it comes to people, brutality, racism, and all the different things that affects human beings, we're not bothered. When it comes to money, we jump up around and go, oh my gosh, money, and that's why the Bible says the love of money, you know what I'm saying, is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they use in our churches, like, and justify why black people poor. But anyway, that's another thing. But anyway, but just to finish off the show with DJ Marx, we touched about you know, in terms of the top four the other day, as we come to the last couple of games, you know what I mean? Shout out who you reckon is gonna be the top four. You have 1 minute top four. Cool, man, you must have discussed this already.
Top four, oh gosh, you know, I think it's going to stay exactly how it is. I literally think it's going to stay exactly how it is. So we're looking at City, United, Chelsea. Is it Leicester in fourth?
Yeah, Leicester.
Yeah. I think it's going to stay as is. I don't think there's going to be any changes. I don't think Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham going to creep in there. I think it's literally going to be how it is. There's only 4 more games to go, and the teams that that are playing each other, they're going to win their games. I don't think any of the top 4 playing each other. So. Yeah,
I like West Ham though. This year, I really liked West Ham stuff. But then I like Villa as well. So it's one of them.
Like I said, Ledley King's got his cousin playing right back for West Ham, innit? So
yeah, man.
Who's that? Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson,
yeah. You can just see it, man. You can see it. Yo, you know the generation. You know when you name the picnic Ben Johnson, you're thinking, yeah, we know how old he is. We know what your parents are from.
What are you? Ben Johnson still there?
Yeah, right back.
Not Chelsea Ben Johnson.
Oh no, West Ham.
No, that's Ben Johnson.
Glenn. That's a completely different dude.
Bro, come on, man. Come on. Sorry, guys. Mello, it's a Friday night. Mello,
I don't even know where Glenn Johnson is, bro. Is he even playing football anymore?
Bro, Glenn's just chilling, man. He's just chilling, man. With his, as long as Anthony wasn't here to hear Glenn Johnson, mate, because Glenn Johnson's his enemy. You know what I'm saying? Putting on Suarez t-shirts on. But no, guys, thanks for jumping on today's podcast, and I just want to just want to re-emphasize a couple of points that we made today, about disappointment about when it comes to black managers and we're just not getting selected. I just really want to also re-emphasize Dalian Atkinson's situation, man, and just what, guys, no matter what status you are, when things go down, you are a black man.
Yeah,
you are black. You can't hide away from your skin color. You can't hide from who you are. So any young person listening to this, this is not about going on stupid, and we're not promoting any anti-hate, anti-white. we're promoting real talk about the real situation and the real issues that we find as black people, and not hiding about it, man. Anyway, still, So you know,
and prayers going out to the Atkinson family. Most
definitely.
Yes, justice must be served. No justice, no peace.
All right, Mello. You're gonna get this community guideline thing, man, against us, man. You know what I mean, on YouTube with that talk there, bro. But now. Salute, guys. Thanks for your time and everything, guys, man. And
bless you, man.
And peace and love, man. Anyway, so enough love, dudes, man. Listen, this is Roger Moore over and out. Make sure you do all the like, subscribees, and all the subscribe things at the end. Anyway, so guys, enough love, Roger, over and out, man. Oh, Man United this one. Anyway, so allow this, man, guys.
Champions of Europe.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.